Hello all! Welcome to the first episode in a series of fun interactive videos on how to make your favorite Indian meals healthier. When compared to the mainstream US population, Indians exhibit a disproportionately higher prevalence of type 2 diabetes and heart diseases. In this session, we want to focus on how to make your grain choices healthier. The Indian diet typically consists of white rice, chapatis made of whole wheat bread, lentils, and vegetables, altogether containing a large amount of carbohydrates, trans fat, saturated fats, and glycemic intake. Our statistic of the week is that South Asian populations in the US typically have low levels of HDL cholesterol, which is the good cholesterol, and high levels of LDL cholesterol, which is a cholesterol that is not good for you, total cholesterol, and triglycerides. Often, we're given statistics, but the real question is, how can we change these statistics? For this reason, we want to dedicate the first podcast to discussing certain staples of foods in the South Indian diet and how to make small changes to make those same meals healthier. If I were to ask you what the common thing is among idli, dosa, pulihora, what is the first thing that comes to mind? You're right, it's rice. Our Indian diet is centered around rice, and many of us feel like we can't have a meal without it. Well, what if we told you that you could have all of these popular dishes with little or minimal rice and still almost taste the same? Here's the issue. Our foods tend to be high in carbohydrates, which include sugars that are in sodas and other sweets and starches, such as rice and potatoes. And they're low in protein, which can come from animal sources such as chicken or vegetarian sources such as lentils, beans, and quinoa. These substitutions still have carbohydrates, but because they add a complete protein, they help balance your plate and smooth sugar spikes in diabetics. If you're majority vegetarians, it's important to make sure we're incorporating protein into every meal. Here are some ways how. In your dosas, try substituting millet batter for your rice batter. Millet is a whole grain that's packed with protein, antioxidants, and nutrients. It also has numerous health benefits, such as helping lower your blood sugar and cholesterol levels. And not only will your dosa be healthier, but the millet batter also makes the dosas thinner and crispier. In idli, you can substitute rice flour with urad dal and kodo millets. Both urad dal and kodo millets are high in protein and will add more nutrition to this classic meal. In tamarind rice, try substituting rice with bulgur. Bulgur is a fiber-rich grain that is also abundant in vitamins like folate and has a delicious consistency. Cauliflower rice is another option here, a nutritious alternative to rice that is low in carbs and rich in antioxidants, vitamin K, folate, and even protein. In Bangibat, try substituting rice with quinoa, a grain that has 5 times as much fiber than rice. Not only does it fill you up faster, but it complements the eggplant in Bangibat as well as rice. In chapati, substitute half of your chapati flour with crumbled, firm tofu. Tofu is a great source of protein made from soybeans that will not only reduce the amount of carbohydrates in each chapati, but will also make chapatis much softer and tastier. Multigrain flour can replace regular flour to complete the chapati dough. A favorite in my household, bisibele bhat, can easily be made just as delicious but infinitely healthier, with steel-cut oats substituting the rice in this dish. Steel-cut oats are high in fiber and are a great carbohydrate substitute for those with diabetes. By making these easy changes to some staple dishes, you will see improvements in the health of your family. For example, if we go over to the Madali kitchen, we can see members of our own community enjoying these healthy substitutions and not compromising on the tastiness of their food.
Oh my God, this dosa is yummy, crispy. Love it.
Wow, so good.
Let's do a quick recap. Rice is a staple to our dishes, but it doesn't have to be. Bulgur and quinoa are easy substitutes for rice in vangibat, bisibelabat, and pulihora. Millet batter, kodo millets, and urad dal are great substitutes for rice flour. The dishes themselves do not have to change. However, healthier substitutes for grains can be changed so that in every meal we have a balance of carbohydrates and proteins. We hope you enjoyed our lesson today that focused on how to decrease our carbohydrate consumption and increase our protein intake. Stay tuned for our next sessions in the nutrition series. We will discuss how to make changes to the amount of oil and sugar we used in the first podcast and how to make sure we're eating the correct portions of food we discussed today. Thank you for watching. Keep eating healthy.